The smartest way to reverse insulin resistance to lose fat fast. Insulin is the main hormone that will decide whether your body is in fat storage mode or fat burning mode. And if you're the type of person who feels like you look at food, you smell it, or you even have a little bit more carbohydrates than usual and your body stores fat, especially if the diet, the training, and the cardio that you used to do no longer works, even if you scale that up, it means we're likely dealing with insulin resistance. And research shows that individuals within the age range of 18 to 44, 44.5% of those people are dealing with insulin resistance. That's 4 in 10 people dealing with insulin resistance. I was dealing with it, and my mom had something even worse than insulin resistance called prediabetes, were these 4 golden rules. We made sure and reversed her prediabetes, her insulin resistance, and made her stay in fat burning mode, including myself. And this is what allowed me to lose my belly fat 5 times, and I use the same 4 golden rules with all my clients. This is going to be simple in theory, but difficult in implementation. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to make that implementation so simple by allowing you to fully master the theory. And I know these work because golden rule number 1 is going to be a 10-second exercise that's even better than 30 minutes of walking. Golden rule number 3 is a supplement even more powerful than the ones people take when they're dealing with diabetes. And the final golden rule is gonna change the way you think of what you eat, but more importantly, when you eat. Let's not waste any time and dive straight in. By the way, my name is Dr. Michael Diamonds. I'm a medical doctor. I'm a scientist and a pro-natural bodybuilder. All these rules I've used on myself that allowed me to lose my belly fat 5 times, and I've used it on my clients. So the first conversation when it comes to insulin that I had with them is explaining this theory to them, which will then allow you to use the 4 golden rules. So I want you to think of your body as a library. Now inside of your library, you have bookshelves. Your bookshelves in this case are your muscles and your liver. Your books are carbohydrates, and your librarian is insulin. It's the librarian's job to take the books that come into the library and put them in the right places, your muscles and your liver. However, when the librarian gets tired or lazy, or when too many books come in, or 3, when both those things are happening at the same time, the librarian simply takes all those books, shoves it right under the rug, and that rug in this case is your fat. I'm gonna show you the mechanisms, the 4 golden rules to manipulate all of these variables so that we can lose fat fast. Golden rule number 1, I call it the conveyor belt system. What if there was a way where we didn't need the librarian and we could bypass all these systems and just put the books straight into the muscles without needing insulin? This would allow us to be insulin sensitive, where insulin gets to take a break, the librarian. And that system exists. I call it the conveyor belt theory. And here, I'm also going to share with you the exercise that's even better than 30 minutes of walking, so just stick with me. So research has shown that your muscles actually have this conveyor belt. It's actually a hidden door that allows your body to take carbohydrates and put them into muscle without the requirement of insulin, which is normally the librarian which puts them in the shelves. That conveyor belt is called GLUT4. And whenever your muscles contract and relax, the conveyor belt works and puts these carbohydrates directly into the shelves without needing insulin. This way, you put your body more in a fat burning zone. It's up to us to actually do an exercise that can allow our muscles to contract and relax when the conveyor belt works so that we can bypass insulin. And that is going to be number 1, walking. I highly recommend that you walk right after a meal, and doing 10 minutes of walking essentially allows your body to contract and relax, opening these GLUT4 receptors and putting these books in shelves without the requirement of insulin. But remember, I did share with you that there is an exercise that takes 10 seconds that's much better than the walking, according to research, which is super interesting. So there's a recent research paper that came out, and it showed that 10 air squats done every 45 minutes is more effective than a 30-minute walk. And the theory is super simple for all of you. What is the biggest muscle in the body? Your glutes. And after that, your quads. And this research showed that there was actually a 14 to 15% lower glucose level by doing 10 air squats. So this is my advice. I'm not saying we should replace walking altogether. I'm saying for all of you who are desk bound, who are sitting in an office, who can't move much, after a meal, let's start doing 10 air squats that take 10 seconds so that your body can start using that conveyor belt, and then pair that with walking as well. With the 10 air squat combination and the walking together, you can make sure that your body's utilizing the books, putting it into your liver and your muscles without needing the librarian to work. And this is a pro tip for all of you with the air squats. The next way that you can make this conveyor belt even bigger so it can take more books is simply weightlifting. The bigger your muscles are, the more your body can absorb those books, the more it can be a sponge and take them up. So I highly recommend resistance training 3 to 4 times a week in combination with these things. But let's move into golden rule number 2. What if we could put bouncers in front of your library so that the librarian has enough time? I'm gonna share with you 2 that you haven't even thought of. The 2 bouncers to reverse your insulin resistance quickly and also to burn fat is going to be number 1, apple cider vinegar. I want you to drink apple cider vinegar 10 minutes before a meal, and I'm gonna show you how to combine it with the next drink so that you can have the 2 bouncers working together. Now, essentially what apple cider vinegar does is this. The active compound in apple cider vinegar is called acetic acid. It slows down the breakdown of carbohydrates, consequently shortening the blood glucose spike. And the second thing that apple cider vinegar does is that it slows down the digestion. It slows down how quickly the books enter your system. So it has 2 main functions. And research has shown that individuals who drink apple cider vinegar 10 minutes before a meal see a massive improvement in their blood glucose. You're shortening the blood glucose spike, decreasing how much the librarian is working, keeping your body more in a fat burning mode. Now, the second bouncer is psyllium husk. On the screen you're seeing right now, me showing you, if you didn't have any psyllium husk, how quickly a can of Coca-Cola would enter your bloodstream. And on the second side, I'm showing you how quickly that same Coke enters your bloodstream with psyllium husk. You can clearly see this sugar-filled Coke takes a lot longer to enter your bloodstream. So combining the apple cider vinegar with the psyllium husk is the easiest way to be able to control how many books enter your bloodstream. And this applies with oats, chia seeds. You can also have the psyllium husk and the apple cider vinegar. How to implement this in practice? I highly recommend you have 2 of these drinks, and we're actually going to combine the apple cider vinegar and the psyllium husk before your 2 largest carb heavy meals. This way you can control how the books enter. So please pay attention to how to make this. Number 1, we want a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a tall glass of water. Please don't drink the apple cider vinegar raw. We want the of mother apple cider vinegar, and we want to dilute it. It will burn your teeth and it will burn your esophagus. On top of that, I recommend adding a teaspoon of psyllium husk. If you're someone who's a little bit more sensitive, maybe half a teaspoon, you have to drink that drink quickly because psyllium husk quickly absorbs the water to form that gel-like substance. Drink another glass of water right after it. Make sure you drink a lot of water so that we don't have any digestive issues because the psyllium husk is going to absorb that water. This is essentially the formula, the biomechanics of getting these bouncers to work really well. 10 minutes before your largest meals, that's it. Hey, I'm super curious. Have any of you tried the apple cider vinegar? Have any of you tried the psyllium husk or this combination? I would love to know from you, because it's one thing when it comes from me of drinking the apple cider vinegar and psyllium husk. Did you see better weight loss, better digestion? Did you see any of these effects where you weren't feeling as hungry as you used to? I'm super curious to know, so drop it in the comments and let me know by leaving the video with a gentle thumbs up if you'd like to make me create this entire video and put it in a PDF format with the drinks and how to make it, the exercises. And to everybody who comments, hey Dr. Mike, make the guide to reset your insulin, I will reply in the comments to let you know if I do end up building it so you can come back to the video and have a download link. But let's move into golden rule number 3. Is actually 2 supplements that are over the counter. The first supplement that you can take that's over the counter is called magnesium glycinate. Now, to understand how magnesium glycinate works, we need to understand how insulin functions at a biochemical level. I'll make it super simple. Every cell in your body has a receptor, and essentially your body also has insulin receptors. So when insulin interacts with the receptor, it opens the cell so it can take on those glucose. But sometimes those receptors aren't functioning properly. The way you can think about it is insulin is the key and the receptors is the lock, and the lock may be super rusty. We can add magnesium bisglycinate to lubricate those receptors, and research shows that most individuals are deficient or don't consume enough magnesium glycinate, and it may be that your insulin receptors are super rusty. So by taking magnesium glycinate, we can lubricate all our locks so that when insulin comes and arrives, it opens the doors with no problem. So simply adding 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate pre-bed will make sure that your insulin system is working a lot well. It costs you nothing. It's a supplement you have to be taking. So what about the second supplement? And that supplement is berberine. It's a compound found naturally in plants like barberry and also golden seal. Now, what it does is that its mechanism is that it activates an enzyme called AMPK. And the way to think of AMPK simply, it's your master fuel sensing enzyme. When you turn it on, it tells your cells to pull glucose out of your bloodstream and burn it for energy. Exercise even activates AMPK powerfully. Berberine activates the same pathway, but on a pharmacological level. Researchers directly compared berberine to metformin in patients with type 2 diabetes. And this was what they concluded, that the blood glucose lowering effect of berberine was comparable to metformin. Metformin is the most prescribed diabetic medication in the world. Berberine is available over the counter. So how much to take? 500 milligrams with your 2 largest meals, always with food. It's much easier on the stomach that way. And again, make sure that your doctor has knowledge of you taking these 2 supplements. Golden rule number 4 is by far the most counterintuitive one on the list. And it's the one that's going to change the way you look at when you eat, but not just what you eat. So essentially your body has a biological clock that's built into every single cell. This isn't just theory, this is science. There's a thing called circadian rhythm, and essentially your circadian rhythm governs almost every physiological process in your body, including insulin sensitivity. And that clock is not neutral. Your insulin sensitivity, how well your insulin works, how well your librarian works, is highest in the morning. And then it declines progressively throughout the day. So the same meal that you'd eat at 8 a.m. can produce a dramatically different glucose response that same meal at 8 p.m. Not slightly different, dramatically different. So here's the mechanism. Your pancreatic cells, essentially the thing that makes the librarian, that produces insulin, and they have their own internal clock genes. And clock genes are biological timers that's built into your DNA of those specific cells, and they regulate when those cells are the most active. In the morning, your pancreatic clock genes are fully switched on. Your cells respond efficiently to insulin. Glucose gets cleared quickly from your bloodstream. By the evening, those same clock genes are starting to wind down. Your cells become progressively less responsive to insulin. The same carbohydrate meal that barely moves your blood sugar at breakfast can cause a prolonged and a dramatic spike at dinner. Same food, same calories, completely different metabolic outcome. And there's even a study in cell metabolism that found restricting food intake to earlier in the day improved insulin sensitivity independent of any weight loss. Same calories, earlier eating window, better biology. So this is how to follow it. Eat your largest meals in the first half of the day. Try and front load your carbs and all your calories, more so your carbs before 3 p.m. wherever you can. If your schedule won't allow it, that's fine. At the minimum, make your evening meal the lightest meal in your day. Make sure we prioritize protein and vegetables at night, and keep your carbohydrates for earlier when your body's actually going to use them. Your body's not the same metabolic machine at 8 p.m. compared to 8 a.m. So work with your circadian biology, and insulin resistance can become easier to reverse. If you start fighting it, you're trying to swim upstream. That's essentially tool number 4. Now you have the 4 golden rules. Let me know in the comments if you want me to create the PDF. And if you enjoyed this information, leave the video the gentle thumbs up. Let me know from these 4 golden rules, which ones have you implemented? Which ones do you want to try? I read every single comment, and if you need help, I'm in the comment section as well. So don't be afraid to ask. And remember when I talked about the apple cider vinegar drink? I have a video showing you 5 different drinks that have equally amazing benefits. I think you should watch this video next. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, especially, feel like it. Cheers.